Good morning and a warm welcome to one and all gathered here. Looking out over the ocean, you can see reflections of God. To implore the blessings of God, kindly stand for a silent prayer. Thank you. Please be seated. Together, we can face any challenges as deep as the ocean and as high as the sky. Yes, we are all gathered here to learn more and more about the oceans. I deem it a great pleasure to invite Dr. Radhika, Coordinator, UGC Stride Program, Head of the Department and Associate Professor of Zoology, and the Assistant Coordinator of IQAZ, VO Chidambaram College, to welcome the August gathering.
A very good morning to all of you here. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here amidst you this morning for the inaugural session of this national seminar on conservation of marine resources for sustainable development. So this conference is being organized by VO Chidambaram College under the UGC Stride Scheme Component 1. So I'd like to say a few words about this conference and the purpose of it. So as I said, it is under a scheme from UGC. That is, what theme we have chosen is upliftment of the economic status, socio-economic status of the coastal people, and together with conservation of the marine environment. That's our topic we have chosen for this particular project. And this conference is being organized as part of this project. And we are very proud to say that this scheme of a stride is being given by the UGC, and it has been allotted to only a few colleges throughout India. Only 36 colleges have got this scheme, and we were in Tamil Nadu, only 3 colleges have got, and VO Chidambaram College is one amongst it. And we have got the highest amount of 88 lakhs. So it's indeed a great moment to organize this great conference under this scheme. At the outset, I would like to welcome our chief guest of today, Dr. Paramasivam, who has come all the way from Alagappa University. He is the Associate Professor, Department of Oceanography and Coastal Area Studies, School of Marine Sciences, Alagappa University. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for coming. And a warm welcome is extended to our beloved principal, Dr. Sivira Bahu, who is the guiding force for all the initiatives we take. A welcome to you, sir. A very warm welcome to our IQAC coordinator, Dr. John Prince Soundanayagam, and Dr. Das from the Botany Department, who is the co-organizer of this program. I extend a very warm welcome to all the heads of the department of VO Chidambaram College for honoring this occasion. And a warm welcome to all the research scholars and student participants from outside and also from our college. A warm welcome to you all. And I extend also a warm welcome to all my colleagues of IQAC. I think this conference is going to be an eye-opener because during the COVID, most of the conferences and seminars had been arranged in an online mode, and we have taken the initiative of doing this in an offline mode. And the theme we have chosen is also very apt because we are very close to the Gulf of Mannar biosphere, which is the only biosphere where we have many endangered species, and how we'll have to conserve the marine environment for a greater sustainability throughout the coming years. And I think the scholars should make use of this opportunity to enlighten yourselves and enhance your knowledge on the latest developments, what's going on around us. We have very good speakers. We have who will be delivering lectures today and tomorrow from various universities we have chosen, and you'll be hearing a lot about their area of research and whatever developments they have made. And once again, I welcome you all to this conference and hope you'll enjoy your stay here for the next 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. To find the pearls in the oceans of life, you have to venture out far past the shore. It's true that we have to keep searching to locate treasures in life. Pleasure is mine in inviting our principal, sir, Dr. C. Veerabahu, to felicitate the program. So please, sir.
Respected today's chief guest, Dr. Paramasivam from Alagappa University, learned colleagues from V.O. Chidambaram College and other colleges and universities, my dear beloved students and research scholars, at the outset, as a principal of this great institution, I would like to share some of the things about our college. As you all know very well about the V.O. Chidambaram College, how it's doing its function for the welfare of the society through our educational institution and all. Even though certain things you may not be aware of that, what type of vision and mission which has been carrying for the past 7 decades. So, as a principal, just I would like to highlight a few things about our institution. Ladies and gentlemen, V.O. Chidambaram College is a standing monument which carries forever the name and fame of the great patriot, legal luminary, Kapalotiya Tamilan. Apart from that, a great humane person, the V.O. Chidambaram. This college was founded by Kulapati APC Veerabahu, who has dedicated his life, energy, and wealth for the building of this college into a premier institute of higher learning, especially in the south skits of Tamil Nadu. Our vision is education for all. Our mission, we have been developing our society in all fields through the education. Above all, it is a non-commercialization organization. Our prime aims is to uplift the down strata of the community in and around Tuticorin, providing a quality education. V.O. Chidambaram College, at present, more than 3,000 students are pursuing their higher education. Almost, we are having all UG departments and PG departments. 10 departments have been elevated as a research center by our university. Nowadays, all the higher educational institution, even in the university and colleges, we are all talking about the NAC, NERF, etc., etc. In our midst, we the VOCN, we are very proud to say that NAC has been accredited by our institution, We have been retained A grade consecutively in the year 2004, 7 and 11 respectively, 11 and 17 respectively. Apart from that, as far as the NIRF is concerned, since 2019, if you see our track record, if my remembrance is right, 77, 68, 54, and now we are occupying 30th place in our country. As I have already pointed out about our college, founded by Kulapati APC Veerabahu, because of his steadfast patriotism, because of his national popularity, our college was visited by the great dignitaries from its inception. The first Prime Minister of our country, Shri Nehru ji, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, Indira ji, Rajiv ji, in the year 1959, 64, 72, and 89 respectively. Not only the Prime Minister of our country, the President, the Chief Ministers of Tamil Nadu, Central Ministers, the very famous Vice Chancellors in and around Tamil Nadu as well as country, scientists, the world-renowned scientists, they have set their footprints in the VOC. Apart from that, if I want to highlight certain things about our institution, from its inception, even though we are facing so much of financial constraints for running the educational institution, we have been stick on our founder's principle. The legacy will continue forever. On any account, the education should not be commercialized. We, the VOCN, we will stick on our principle forever. Nowadays, wherever you go, if you want to get a seat in the school, not school, even kindergarten, if I want to get your seat, one seat, if I want to get a one seat, you have to pay not only the fees, you have to pay extra amount that is called as a capitation fees. Almost all the professors of our college and other colleges, maybe some of the universities and research scholars, you are also having a family, and how the students are pursuing their education. Without money, no one can get the seat in the reputed institution, maybe in the schools as well as the colleges. This is the situation which is prevailing in and around in our country. But we, the VOCN, we took a decision on any account the education should not be commercialized. That itself, it is a great as far as VOC flag is concerned. Apart from all this, VO Chidambaram College is one among the top institute in the south skits of Tamil Nadu. Nowadays, not only in the South Skit, even in the country level, we are also competing ourselves in the tip of the country. We, the VOC, is there. Sustainable development is there in all fields. It's a center of knowledge by providing a highest quality of research led by teaching. We promote the research and inculcate of the research culture for enriching the competence of research, both faculty as well as students. As far as VOC is concerned, as I have already pointed out, that 10 departments have been elevated as a research center by our university, especially the chemistry and geology department. They have been doing a consultancy service, which is very pioneer in the southern district area. Almost 177 research scholars are pursuing their PhD program under the supervisors of 53, maybe 53, with an erudite profile of 1,500 publications. But every year we are trying our level best to publish minimum 100 papers. I think IQAC coordinator and assistant coordinators are on the dais. I think maybe it's right. We are having a policy. We are having a limited resources. With these two, our professors have been doing their performance. Sometimes if I go outside, or sometimes I went there, I had a detailed discussion with some of the principals of different colleges. They said, we will give some incentive for publishing the paper in the Web of Science or UGC, CAR list, etc. Then I said, are you giving? No, sir. I don't have sufficient money to give, but I'm having a heart. But I'm not in a position to give incentive for my professors. Even though my professors have been doing their best for the development of our institution. Because we are not collecting capitation fee. It's a true. But nowadays, almost all the professors, those who are attending orientation program, after getting their appointment in the colleges, they went there. In the orientation program, some of the professors, how much you give to get this appointment. The VOC and APC Mahalakshmi College professors, they said, we are not giving even a single naya paisa. Immediately, rest of the professors working in the different colleges, they asked, what? You are not giving even a single naya paisa? Yes, our management is not collecting even a single naya paisa for getting an admission for the students and appointment of staff in our college. How the society has been changed. Just you think yourself. It's a true word uttered by our professors, those who got a placement, those who got a appointment in our institution, either in VOC or APCM, but nobody is ready to believe what a society has been changed. We are not bothering about the society, whether the society believe it or not, but at the same time, we are sticking our own principle. What we expect from all the professors in our college, do your best for the development of our institution. This is the single message our secretary told us, we are not expecting anything from all of you, but do your best for the development of our institution. Why I am pointing out all these things? Just few minutes back I told you that we are not giving incentive. Then how the papers are coming? Because of their professors, they are having their own individual consciousness. Not only the professors, nowadays research scholars, as I pointed out, 177 research scholars are pursuing their research programs under the guidance of 53 supervisors. In the last NIRF rank, as I said, we got a 30th rank. In the research publication, our research scholars also has contributed a lot. Because of them also, we got a 30th rank. So this is the time to give my sincere thanks to our research scholars. So it is a team work and it's a team growth as far as VOC victory is concerned. To be on the up and up, Vivo Chidambaram College from its inception has made road into getting various seminars, conference, workshops by the tune of so far 7 crores and 54 lakhs of rupees. I am not bluffing. So far, we have received the grant of, from its inception, 7 crores and 54 lakhs. Latest addition is UGC Paramas and UGC Stride. The director of the UGC Stride, Dr. Radhika, pointed out, in India, 36 higher educational institution has received the UGC Stride scheme program. They have received the grants, including the universities. But in Tamil Nadu, among 36, only 3. Among the 3, Vivo Chidambaram is also one of the college under the non-autonomous category. Am I right, ma'am? So, really in my part as a principal, as an alumni of this great institution, now I am occupying the chair as a principal, I have to always thank to my colleagues. As far as the UGC Stride is concerned, this is the one among the grant, rupees 88 lakhs. This is the highest grant received in the history of Vivo Chidambaram College. So we have been doing our best for the development of this institution, for the welfare of the students community, for the welfare of the society. We have been doing a lot of activities for conducting seminars, conference, workshops. Latest addition, this seminar, this conference or this workshop. I have to thank Dr. Radhika, who is the director of the Stride, why he has chosen this topic. That is very, very important, because we are living in the biosphere area. It has been declared as one among the marine national park, Gulf of Mannar Marine Biosphere Reserve area. Almost all the species of marine flora and fauna is available, except to only one. Maybe the zoology students may be aware of that. In the Gulf of Mannar Marine Biosphere Reserve, it has been declared as a marine national park by UNESCO. only one species is missing in our area. If the zoology students know, you can say which species is not available in our area, especially the Gulf of Mannar Marine Biosphere Reserve area. This is the apt program, this is the apt topic. So we have to know what are all the resources are available. This 2-day seminar will highlight, the resource persons will highlight what are all the developments have been made, what we should do, what are all the areas that has to be highlighted by the research scholars, by the research supervisor and all. So with this word, I conclude my speech. I pray to God Almighty to shower His blessings to all the participants and my professors, those who are working for conducting this type of program, especially Dr. Ratika, who is the director of the UGC Stride. In the years to come also, we the VOCN, we have been doing our best always for the development of the society through our educational institution. Thank you one and all. Bye.
Thank you, sir, for your blessings. Our memories of the ocean will linger on long after our footprints in the sand are gone. I kindly request our IQAC coordinator, Dr. John Prince, head and associate professor of physics, to share the footprints of our chief guest for today, Dr. Paramasivam. Sir, please, sir.
Respected principal, learned professors, my dear scholars, and my dear students. Good morning, all. Dr. P. Paramasivan, Associate Professor, Department of Oceanography and Coastal Area Studies, School of Marine Science, Alagappa University. Last night, I met him in that round about 9 o'clock. So I had a talk with him for 45 minutes. So, see, he is having a very good knowledge, very good idea about the marine science, not only the marine science, and also he shared a lot of things about the Alagappa University. 14 years he worked as a professor in the Alagappa University. From each and every sentence, he has highlighted the university's growth. So that Alagappa University, you are all known about the Alagappa University. It is on the category 1, category A category university. So how that university is raised to that particular level, he explained. So 45 minutes, we had a very great discussions. And from his talk, I came to understand that a 3-man department runs a 5 departments. 3 faculty members running the 5 departments in the marine science in the Alagappa University. So really, I astonished to heard about that word. How is it possible? All the department is having the 30 members. The full strength is there in the Alagappa University. So their workload is a very high comparing to our college. So like this word, like this, yes, I explained this how the experience in the Alagappa University. Then I came to know that, so what is his background? He is from the Anomaly University. He is the junior to me while doing my PhD, my MPhil in Anomaly University. He is also there in the Anomaly University. So he has completed his Marine Sciences and Coastal Aquaculture MSc in 1996 and PhD in the Marine Biology in the Anomaly University. And he had a good research professions. His H index is 12, I-10 index is 13, good citations about 600. He had 330 publications, also registered 1 patent and guided 3 PhD scholars. And recently, he's having a project under the RUSA, that is MHRD. So 39 lakhs under the RUSA, he is having a project. Completed 6 major minor project and 1 major project. Conducted 4 national conferences and 1 international conferences. And he has also a memberships in the professional bodies. So life member in the Indian Science and of Congress Association, Calcutta, India, and community member in American Chemical Society, that call it as a ACS USA. He is also a journal reviewer. So Journal of Food Science and Technology Springers, Journal of Food Safety, so Journal of the Food Processing and the Preservations, Environmental Science and Pollution Research, British Food Journals, Biochemical Journals. These are the journals he reviewed. So with this note, I'd like to introduce Dr. S. Paramasivan. Really, we are blessed for this kind of research person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Yes, it's time for us to express our reverence and respect to our chief guest, Dr. Paramasivam. I kindly request our principal, sir, to honor our chief guest. Sir, please. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. I humbly invite our chief guest, Dr. Paramasivan, to share his valuable insights with us and help us to look into our minds. Sir, please.
Very good morning to one and all gathered here. Most respected Secretary Sir and the management, and a principal, Principal Dr. C. Veerabhagu Sir, and Dr. D. Radhika Madam, Director UGC Stride and Head and Associate Professor of Zoology Department, and organizing committee members. I feel great privilege and privilege to speak or give a speech regarding the National Conference on Conservation of Marine Resources for Sustainable Development. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for providing me the opportunity to deliver my inaugural address. So marine resource, as you know, marine resources are the sea has having the vast resource, vast potential, starting from the bacteria to the mammal, like blue whale. So ocean is covers with the 3/4 of the earth. That this is a very common information to all, but it contains 97% of the earth in water, in the form of water, and 99% living space on the planet by the volume when compared to the other area. So this ocean is frequently affected with so many pollutants, and in the conference title is very aptly chosen by the organizers for the current period, because of throughout the world is affected by different types of pollutant, and every second some of the some species are extincting from the present condition. So each and every time, every minute, some species are extinct from the earth. So previously, if you might have seen some of the fishes and other things in the very commonly available fishes, you can find it out in the shore while you are going for a beach or something. Nowadays, it is very rare to see such a resources because of the pollution and overfishing and the fishing pressure over the particular area. So particularly the climate change is the very much driving force for the degradation of the marine species. Particularly, the ocean absorbs about 30% of the carbon dioxide produced by humans by burning the fossil fuels, like our petroleum product and our coal, like that. So we are concentrating about the electric vehicle, but where the electricity is produced, how it is produced maximum? It is produced by the thermal power plants. In some of the islands, particularly if you go to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, all the islands electricity is produced by diesel engine. In Maldives, all the islands electricity is produced by diesel engine only, are burning up coal by thermal power plant. So in other way, they are producing carbon emission, they are releasing carbon into the atmosphere by burning the coal. So carbon emission causing ocean warming, acidification and oxygen loss. So that is why the oxygen level nowadays in Bay of Bengal, the anoxic zones have been increased. So many anoxic basins have been identified by different research organizations, including Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center. So if you burn the fuel in one time, in one place, if you are burning the fossil fuel, if you are promoting the e-vehicle in other side, means there is no meaning for the conservation. Already China and India, we are contributing more than 50% of the carbon emission from our, we already agreed to cut 50% of the carbon emission into the atmosphere. So that is why we are concentrating about the alternative energy sources like solar power plants, and we have to concentrate more about the wind energy, tidal energy, and like wave energy, like that. Because in other countries, particularly European countries and the USA, they are concentrating more about the reduction of fossil fuel, and for that they are focusing on the solar power plant and the windmill, like that. So apart from that, the ocean is absorbing 90% of the heat. So that is why we are, our temperature is, even though the temperature is increasing day by day by emission of different pollutants. So ocean is contributing, it is providing food for more than 30 billion people. They are directly depending on the marine and coastal biodiversity for their livelihood. Already the fish, per capita fish consumption is reached 16 kilogram per year. So demand for the fish are, particularly in the seafood, also increasing day by day. Similar way, seafoods are affected by, marine animals are affected by so many pollutants, particularly heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, and so on. So even microplastic is entered in the, recently it was found that some of the researchers found that the placenta, in fetus placenta, there is a microplastic present. A single piece of microplastic is found in the placenta. That means there is a possibility for entering microplastic into mother blood circulatory system. So this is the alarming level for the utilization of plastic. Because of the plastic consumption, so many endangered species like dugong, turtles have been killed, and the net excessive usage, unused net, that fish is killing so many marine animals, including whales. Great whales also killed by it is entangling with the net, fishing net, which is not used by the fishermen. That is dumped into the sea, or sometime they will cut the net and they will leave it there itself. So that is leading to killing so many marine resources. And there is in food chain, if one chain is, one animal, one trophic level is affected, means it will affect the entire marine system, particularly due to the ocean acidification. Ocean acidification will lead to damage the animals, particularly the zooplankton. Zooplankton is particularly copepod, like animals are having the shell, soft shells are over the body, which is made up of chitin, like other crustaceans also having the chitin. So this chitin is damaged by the increasing acidic level. So that means if one food chain is affected, means the entire, one trophic level is affected, means the entire food chain will be affected. That will adversely affect other animals also. So by discharging the sewage pollution, without treating the sewage pollution, will create so many diseases into the marine organisms, not only marine organisms. For the fisherman, one who is going for fishing, and the fisherman, one who is cutting the fish while cleaning the fish, or that time also there is a possibility for entering so many pathogens into the human body. That is already reported. One fisherman is holding the fish and cutting. At the time, if he is making any injury, means there is a possibility of entering the bacteria like Salmonella typhi, Salmonella vibrio. There are so many pathogens are there, which is discharged from the sewage water to the marine system, which can tolerate into the hypersaline condition. In different salinity conditions, Salmonella typhi can tolerate. So that will lead to different diseases for the human. So apart from that, there is so many. Sea is giving, ocean is giving 200 million people employment for the 200 million people, and the marine and coastal value market is $3 trillion to between $3 trillion to $6 trillion dollar per year. So that much it is having that much economic value. India is getting more than 35,000 crore rupees by exporting seafood into the market, and even last for the past 3 years, 6 consignment have been rejected by the US FDA. US Food and US FDA is rejected because of it is having higher amount of pollutant in that. Antibiotics. Antibiotics is maximum 1 ppm of antibiotic is allowed into the seafood. If it is exceeding more than 1 ppm means the consignment will be rejected. You know how much quantity of seafood items they are exporting, so that they have to face the economic loss. The exporter will face the economic loss due to the rejection of consignment. So it is not ending with one area. So it is creating so many problems for the exporters or the cultivators like aquaculture farmers if it is having higher level of pollutants. And so in order to preserve the natural environment, we should create awareness with the children, and particularly for reducing the utilization of plastic. Heavy metal is killing slowly, pesticide is killing slowly, but the plastic is killing very fast, because even one straw, what we are using to drink straw, no, like tender coconut or something, that straw is entered into one turtle, this nose, up to this much level, more than 5-6 centimeter entered into the nose of the turtle. The turtle is suffering with a lot of pain, and somebody took it out. One rescuer is there, he found that and he removed that. And like that, there are so many polythene covers are entered into the turtle. Turtle is unknowingly it is eating the polythene covers, and so many endangered species like dugong or other like mammals, porpoises, it is unknowingly eating the plastics, so that it is easily without with the break of the digestive tract, it is died very fast. Okay. So we have to conserve the resources by creating awareness to the people, and we can avoid the direct discharge of sewage pollutant into the marine environment. And everyone should take a pledge to conserve the marine resources at their level. That is my humble request. I thank the organizers. With these words, I conclude my talk. I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity. I wish the National Conference on Conservation of Marine Resources for Sustainable Development a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thanking you, sir, for such valuable information. Hope we get to know more of these in these 2 days. I take this opportunity to humbly invite our respected principal, sir, and our chief guest for today, Dr. Paramasivam, to release the book of abstracts of this conference. Sir, please, sir. Thanking you, sirs. I humbly extend my sincere thanks to all the dignitaries, and the technical session starts now. Thank you.
So, dear participants, we'll be starting right away with the first technical session. That's an online session by Dr. Dippu Sukumaran. He is a scientist and head from the Center for Water Resources Development and Management, Neyatankara Subcenter, Kerala. So, welcome, sir. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall I start?
Students, please maintain silence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you may. So,
So-
just a minute, sir, please, just a minute. A small introduction about Dr. Dippu Sukumaran. I kindly request Dr. Sivasubramani, Head and Associate Professor of the Department of Geology, to introduce the resource person.
Good morning, everyone present here. I am glad to stand before you to introduce the resource person of this session, Dr. Dippu Sukumaran, scientist and head, Center for Water Resources Development and Management. Dr. Dippu Sukumaran got his PhD in the year 2010 on remediation of industrial effluents. He also worked on the water chemistry of Kollam Canal for his MSc dissertation. After his completion of his PhD, he worked as a research associate in the Central Pollution Control Board, Kolkata, between 2011 and 2015. So after 2015, he shifted from Kolkata and he came to Kozhikode for Center for Water Resource Development and Management as a scientist. So he served in the Kozhikode Center between 2015 and 2020. And after that, presently, he is working as a scientist and head Center for Water Resources Development Management, Neyatankara, Thiruvananthapuram. So his area of specialization is effluent treatment, environmental chemistry, so he can handle advanced equipments related to environmental chemistry. So during his service as a scientist, he has completed 6 projects and published 15 scientific reports, and he has also published 3 books so far, and his research papers in international journal is to the mark of 27 research papers. So during his tenure and frequent publication, he became the journal editor in 3 journals, namely International Journal of Environmental Bioremediation and Biodegradation USA, Journal of Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development USA, International Journal of Bioremediation and Biodegradation USA. So all the 3 journals he is the editor in these 3 journals. So with this capacity, now he is going to present his keynote address in the coming session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the nice words. Respected Chair, Dr. Meerababu sir, Principal of VO Chidambaram College, and learned Dr. Paramashim sir, Dr. Radhika madam, and all the management of VO Chidambaram College, and my dear friends. I know it's a tedious job to arrange a seminar like this for 2 days, but you people have done it, and I really congratulate for that the VO College and the Dr. Radhika madam especially. And it is a word of it's a very important thing too. And from Tutukorin, you people have done the most important thing, like marine conservation, that kind of seminar is arranged, because it is closely related to the Tuticorin people, and your college has to do that one, because it is for the people and for the future generation. I think I will share my screen, and just a minute, I will share you my screen, and is it visible? Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I will deal with a simple topic. Like it is not like not going to much deep into the uh, research part or in the like layman could understand, and the people could understand what is happening in inside the sea, and what we have seen the sea. And our Paramasham sir talked about a lot of things, and he is the correct person and apt person to talk like all those things. And he will be, and following my presentation, he will be talking into a lot of the importance of all those things. So my part is, you can see the first picture. This is the picture of Andaman Island. You can see it's a clear sea, and it's very good to see, and it's very aesthetically, it is very nice.
Sir,
So actually, yes,
sir, you can make it the slide a big one, sir.
pardon?
Sir, you can maximize the picture, sir.
Yeah, I have already maximized. I don't know what. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Is it maximized?
No, sir. Sir, actually, before sharing, you have to run the PowerPoint and then you can share, sir.
Yeah, sure. Let please. Is it maximized or not?
Sir, it's okay, sir.
It's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Is it slides are moving? Let me check. Is it moving?
No, sir. Actually, we can see only your the PowerPoint application.
Okay. Is it moving?
Now it's moving. Yes, sir.
Okay, now it will be like this one. Then it will be okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So next you can see the picture of your own Pearl Beach. This is also looking very nice, isn't it? This is kind of a beach is there, and some kind of industrial belt is there, and kind of a port is there. So this is all good. This is all what we are seeing by our own naked eyes. So this is the actual situation? So we want to check. Okay. So my presentation having three parts. So first part include what is ocean mean to us? That is, what is ocean giving to us? Next part is what we are giving back to ocean, and the third part is what do we have to do? What do we have to do to for the ocean? That the three parts of my presentation. So first part already Parameshians are also told about this one, but still I would say the ocean is one of the most valuable. We know the almost all the things. Sir is talking about the bacteria to blue whales. Yes, it is there. because the ocean is the most valuable natural resource we have ever seen, and it is covered by the two-thirds of our Earth also. And it plays a very important key role in the chemical and biological balance of life on our Earth. Like it gives us food, energy, resources like gas, oil. Almost all the things are coming from our ocean. Then our transport, of course, then the shipping, and mines are mined for minerals, still for crude oil and gas, and all sorts of medicines are available from the sea. So that much important is our seas. So coming to particular cases like fishing, the oceans have been fished for thousands of years. We know it's an integral part of our society, and most of us from Kerala and Tamil Nadu are fishitarians. We also like fishes in different forms. Like fish means not only the like fishes, but crustaceans, mollusks, all those things we are including in the fish category. And it will control the world economy. We are one of the most important exporters of fishes, and it provides the 16 percentage. The fishes are full of proteins and all those, and 16 percentage of world total protein is given by the fishing fishes itself. And the people livelihood depends on 15 million people around the world depends on fishing only from the seas. That much important is our seas. So then again, mariculture. For people from Tuticorin mariculture, they will be well known for this mariculture, like fishes are culture, crustaceans are culture, shrimp culture in particular. They have very much in shrimp culture. Then bivalve, they are Tuticorin is very famous for their pearl culture, their bivalve oysters. Then algae culture, seaweeds are also culture. So oceans also support us for this kind of culture fisheries. Then particularly Namsivasar is from coastal aquaculture area, and Tamil Nadu is the second longest coastline in the country, which is rich in natural sources and aqua farming. The estimated brackish water in Tamil Nadu is 56,000 hectares, which is very high in compared to our other states of Kerala. And and the fisheries are area of more than 6,000 hectares under coastal aquaculture protection, mainly shrimp aquaculture. Mainly in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, people are like very much shrimps. And in Kerala also, we are having the shrimp culture is here. Another important thing by the ocean is shipping. The world is shipping refers to the activity of moving cargo. We have seen that one in ports in Chennai or in Tuticorin, the mother ships are there. The major cargo movements from the oceans only. Okay. The various type of ships, like container ships are there, tankers for oil and petroleum, then chemical ships, bulk carriers, cable layers, cargo ships are there, ferries, and all those things are there. That it will support shipping also. Next one is the most important one is the tourism. We know Tamil Nadu got the Marina Beach, all those kind of beach and coastal tourism places are there. And it is one of the fastest growing division of the world economy. And it will all depend on the cleanliness and the about the Blue Flag program of government of Kerala, and the government of India is supporting also this. And tourism industry is based on the natural resource present in each country, particularly in the ocean tourism, like in the Lakshadweep, like in Andaman, there are a lot of money is coming from tourism only. And particularly in Kerala, our economy depends mainly on the tourism ventures. What are the geological resources like our ocean is giving to us? Like particularly, first one is the sand and gravel is coming. Then some deposits in South Africa and Australia, there's a contained diamonds are there. Then tin is there. Then phosphorite is there. Metal sulfides are there. Then rich deposits of copper, lead, zinc, mercury, and silver, manganese nodules, manganese, iron. It's a vast source of these kind of geological resources, metal, all those things. Then chemical resources, like first one I want to say is the fresh water from desalination. Most of the island people are dependent on the fresh water by the ocean only, like in Lakshadweep, like in Andaman Deep. They are not having not that much kind of freshwater sources. They mainly depend on the seawater for their freshwater by distillation process, solar humidification, electrolysis. You are, in Tamil Nadu, NIOT is providing, National Institute of Ocean Technology is providing the technologies for a desalination process, and it is established in Lakshadweep Islands, and then by reverse osmosis, freeze separation. These are all the kinds of methods we are using in the freshwater desalination. So one of the most important source of freshwater is the seawater itself. Next, what are the evaporative salt? In salt, if you say for salt, Tuticorin, I have seen on a movie in Surya, I don't know, Surya, like it's a salt king and all those kinds of terms are used in there. But I know the Tuticorin is one of the most important place for the evaporative salt production in India. Then also gypsum is there, then halite, like table salt, like they are making, then sodium hydroxide, then soap manufacture, sodium hypochlorite is also making, then bleaches are there, sodium chloride is there, a lot of things are there, evaporative salts are kept from the seas. Then another one is the pharmaceutical drug. Sir has also mentioned about this pharmaceutical drugs we have produced from the marine resources like antibiotics, anti-inflammatory medicines, antiviral medicines, then anti-tumor, anti-cancer. It's a lot of things are coming from out of our oceans. Then also biological resources. We also learned about the fishes, crustaceans, mollusks, and are harvested by the commercial fisheries earlier. Then algae. I think tomorrow there will be a particular session on algae is there, so he will be explaining that one. Then particularly in the salt. Salt, I want to say because it is particularly for the Tuticorin area, it is very important. So Tamil Nadu produces salt in India after Gujarat. The state contributes about 12% of the total production of salt. This is from our marine sources only. This is one of the purest form they are producing in Tuticorin. Then Ramanathapuram, Nagapattinam, and Villupuram and Kanchipuram districts also producing this one. So this is one of the most important source of from we are obtaining from sea. Then also mining. Mining also send then oil and gas, sand mining. These are all produced from our sea. Then another important sector is the energy sector. We know we can produce current from electricity through current power, then wave power, tidal power. Then also there are ocean thermal energy conversions are there, and a lot of advantages of this kind of energy produced from this ocean is that it is relatively non-polluting and it has a huge potential. It is not going to end. So, and the amount of energy available getting than the fossil fuel or uranium, you can see, and it is also renewable energies there. Then it's reliant on stored oceans atmosphere, not directly from sun, and it is readily available in all the coast. It is available, so we can produce energy also from we can get from the oceans. So these are the services oceans giving to us, and I think we will check into what we are giving in return. That's most important thing. If you are getting this much, I think this is the most important source of all these things. But what we are giving in return, that should be checked. So, sir, also in the Namsiva sir's presentation, he's also telling about all those things, but I will move to that only. So, first one is the ocean pollution. So, ocean pollution mainly from the land only. It is anthropogenic. We are giving a lot of waste to the oceans that will make the ocean life. It is undesirable, and it is like sir is mentioning about anoxic conditions is provided in the ocean. So, marine debris, especially plastic, kills more than 1 million of seabirds. Okay, so this kind of issues are we have to check. We will move to the what are the details into the details of what we are doing. So you have seen this picture. It's a pelican, I think. Pelican, it's all feathers are covered with oil only. It can't fly. So ultimately, it will die in 1 or 2 days. This is the situation we have caused to the marine life. So this is one of the main issue, like oil pollution. We are uh, then oil spills are there. Almost you have seen about, you maybe studied the Exxon Valdez oil spill and all those oil tankers. Issues are there. Recently, there was one in with the Sri Lankan canal is also there. And so oil spill is very common. And this will harmfully affect the marine organisms and marine inside and outside the sea. And the local people lose their livelihood also. The fishes, they will absorb these kind of things and it will die and nobody will how to buy that fishes. So the local livelihood also will suffer, and then tourism will also be suffer. So and all those kind of damage will be coming on oil spills is there. So what are the detrimental effects of oil pollution? So it will reduce the dissolved oxygen. Sir, I also said that the anoxic condition will prevail if the oil pollution is there. Then reduction in the light penetration will be there, and it will ultimately lead to the there is no photosynthesis and no production of oxygen. All those kind of then anoxic condition is produced. Then toxicity to the aquatic flora will be there. Then smoothing coats of oil will kill the lichens, algae along the shorelines. I will go through this a bit fast because almost all these things will be discussed in the coming presentations. And waste oil from refineries discharge petroleum and ships cause heavy damage to the fishery also. Another thing is the fertilizers. But whatever the fertilizer we are using in our fields, in our it is ultimately coming to the sea only. See, from through the drains and huge by the municipal drains or by the canals in the agricultural field, it will ultimately coming to the oceans only. That will kill the algae and the aquatic marine organisms will happen to the. Then the sewage part. This is one of the major issue. It's untreated. You can see in almost all the states of India, the sewage is untreated. Only a percentage, small percentage of sewage is treated by the municipalities or any other areas. These all are untreated sewage is dumped into the sea. So it will make the BOD and increases, then also anoxic conditions and eutrophication, all those kinds of issues it will happen. So this is what we are doing to the sea. And sewage is one of the most important thing you have to check. Another one is the chemical. Chemical pollution is contaminated by different fertilizers, detergents, oil, industrial chemicals, sewage. These are all dumped into it. And sometimes nature will be payback. One situation in this Minamata disease, when Minamata Bay, it is in Japan. You can most of us study during our MSc or degree level, we will study about the mercury pollution in the Minamata Bay. So what happens? You can see a picture of like in the left-hand corner. It's a picture you can see. It's a minimal poisoning that like methyl mercury poisoning happened to that student. So that kind of paying back is sometimes it will happen. Then also the pharmaceutical, like in through Ganga it is coming. Like you know in the northern India, a lot of pharmaceutical industries, they will dump their pharmaceutical waste into Ganga or Brahmaputra and ultimately reach the Indian Ocean. So that is also a severe problem, and there is like antibiotic resistivity will happen, and all those kind of issues will be discussed in later presentations. But these are the chemical pollution happening to the our coastal areas. Then garbage dump. We know all those kind of garbages producing or ultimately end up in seas only. Like you can see the Yes, whatever the garbage is there, we simply put into the drainage, or we can see, we check, you can see the picture also. When you see that uh, any of the beaches, these are the, it's a like a, it's a garbage dump area. Sometimes if the previous flood in Kerala, the sea is also returned almost most of the dump to the seashore. We can see in our pictures in the news channels or in the papers. It's a lot of thing there. The beaches are full of covered with plastics and all those kind of garbage, because the our sea is returned to the seashore. Then again it will go back to them, but still. Anyway, I will go to the next slide. So you have seen the video because I think it is better to show you the video because we are going to the most dangerous pollutant we are doing for our oceans, the plastic. We can see the pictures. It is very famous pictures of a bird having its digestive tract full of plastics. So these kind of situations are there. So we have to be very careful in doing that also. See, this is some of the pictures I have taken from the internet. This shows the issues related to the plastic. So you should be a responsible person, and you should. Now I think plastics are banned in almost most of the states. In Kerala, it is banned. Like the less than 30 micron plastic carriers are banned in Kerala, and Tamil Nadu also. I think it is plastic is banned. So another thing is the ballast water. You may be seen this one because you are from the port city. It's a ballast water. You know what is ballast water? Ballast water is a freshwater or salt water held in the ballast tanks cargo to hold the ships. It is used to maintain the buoyancy of the ships when it enter into one seas from another seas because the hardness, the buoyancy is different for different seas, or it is coming to the freshwater or in another water. So the buoyancy is different. So keeping the buoyancy, the water is maintained. So one of the important issue with the ballast water is it can transport invasive species into one port to another port. You may be seeing the Tuticorin port is affected by the animals or in the micro animals in the sea with um, invasive species. Like it is not indigenous species, they are coming from the outside, like outside seas this is coming. So this kind of invasive species it will elaborate, and it will cause dangerous to the local one. So the biodiversity will be ultimately will be lost by this. So one thing is that we have to instruct the shipping owners to treat the ballast water before they are discharging their ballast water into our own seas. So this should be in the because these kind of things people are not interested, but the government we have to be looking into the matter also. Another thing is the global warming. Sir is also telling about that global warming is there, and we are expecting 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, but not expecting it is already it's 1 or 2 degrees Celsius is there. So next only there's a mass. What is the it will affect the almost all the species in the seas, like particularly affected by the our coral reefs of our seas. It will bleach the coral reefs, and but that means it will kill the organisms that is present in the coral reefs. You can see the white color of it is bleached means the organisms are died. So restoring is very difficult. So this is one of these the Zuzanile species were dead. So we can't restore this, but only I think some of the practices are happening in Lakshadweep coast area. They are doing some kind of work doing with the help of the DST. So, but still, our corals are bleached, and bleached means the zooxanthellae is died of these chemicals, and also particularly by the global warming, the global rise in temperature. Then the last part I will go to is the prevention and control of marine pollution, and we have to stabilize the ecosystem of the marine pollution. Then also already told in previous slides and the video, the utilization, recycling, renovation, and recharge of waste. Then removal of pollutants. Removal of pollutants, it is not happening, but we have to treat our water, wastewater before entering into the marine ecosystem. Then oil pollution, we have to cut short the oil pollution, the oil spillage we have to. Then biodegradation is happening. It's burning. It's usually a metal absorbing material. We can prevent that one. Then heavy metal absorption. Heavy metal is also an important issue there. Then radioactive waste. They are simply dumping the hospital waste which contain the radioactive waste. So people should give specific instructions through the pollution control boards or any other statutory bodies to prevent all these kinds. These are negligence will be largely affected by the coastal ecosystem. Then people should be aware. Then awareness like these kind of seminars and workshops. And this not, I think it will be conducted not in a closed room. It should be in an open room, open area should be there for doing this kind of seminars. Because this kind of seminars will aware the local communities, local people about the pollution, what is happening in that. So these kind of things after after this meeting, you people can act as a resource person, and they will teach the local people and local authorities. You can give a mass petition to the local authorities to control these kind of pollutions and all those things. And industrial units, they are indiscriminately disposing their waste. Now there are zero discharge policies, all those things, but still industries are doing a lot of damage to the marine ecosystem. We the people, we the land people, we the students of they are the, you are the people for the next generation. They have to act like for their own future. So it is time to act. Time to act, not sit idle and like listening or like that. We have to. It's time for action, and we have to move forward. And in the last word, and you should protect nature from for our own sake. And thank you, sir.
Dear scholars and students, do any one of you have doubts to ask our resource person? Your doubts, please. Thanking you so much, sir, for your
Thank you.
enlightened speech about the oceans and the
Thank you,
elements
ma'am.
polluting them. We assure you, sir, we will contribute our best towards minimizing and reducing them to achieve a sustainable marine environment. Thanking you, sir.
Thank you. Sure. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful
Thank you.
speech. And
Thank you.
as you told that it should not be in whatever we are talking about this pollution, it should not be confined to our rooms. It should be taken onto the public, and what that should reach to the people directly to avoid this pollution. So that's
Yes.
what we are planning also, sir, in this UGC Stride scheme. We are
Very, very good,
planning,
madam. Very good.
yeah, we are planning to make stakeholders meet in different coastal villages. We have about 21 villages. We are already doing a lot of other activities like medical camp and for education. Then the third part is the conservation strategies. We are planning to inculcate it into the local people so that they can follow it to protect the coastal zones, sir.
Okay. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And for the participants, thank you for the first session. And the tea is arranged and it's being